Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips Daily Fantasy MLB Preview Show for today, the 28th of August. I will be taking a look at everything you need for your daily fantasy games on DraftKings today. I will be looking at starting pitchers, stacks of the day, how we can construct a lineup to maximise our point scoring potential, foundation players that should be used as your foundation to build upon a winning lineup, and a value player at each position except for catcher because it's Sunday and a lot of them get the day off. For anyone that hasn't had the opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I will put a link in the description for this video down below that will enable you to do that today. My starting pitches today, it's fairly obvious at the top of the shop. We will take Madison Bumgarner of the San Francisco Giants for 12,800. Bumgarner has a pretty solid history against pretty much everyone in baseball, especially against Atlanta, who he has beaten on 6 of his last seven occasions. The Braves are less effective against a left-handed pitcher. As always, AT&T is a good park for pitchers and offering elite strikeout upside with 202 punch-outs in 180 and 2/3 this year. Bumgarner is the top play and, as expected, is the top price at pitcher today. Chris Archer of the Tampa Bay Rays for 9,900. He has been more effective in recent starts. He's got a 2.62 ERA going back over his last 7 starts. He offers big strikeout upside, leading the American League with 192 punch-outs in 162 innings. Faces a top 3 unit in baseball for strikeouts on the season in Houston. The concern, obviously, is going to be that Archer has not been as good on the road. He's got a 5.97 ERA on his travels this year, which is fully 3 runs more than at Tropicana Field. He's allowed 23 home runs. Houston don't lack for power. This is a play at 9,900. Could go horribly wrong and cripple our lineups, but there's so much upside there for strikeouts that he is a very, very intriguing option today if he can keep the ball in the yard. Carlos Rodon of the Chicago White Sox for 8,900 has started to look effective again. He's got a 1.46 ERA for the month of August across 4 starts. The Mariners are less effective against a left-handed pitcher. Rodon does offer strikeout production. He's got 118 in 123 innings this year. I think, in all honesty, he is worth considering, but there is limited upside on the play. He rarely goes more than 6 innings and around sort of 5 to 7 strikeouts. If he's going to do that, you probably want him to pitch a shutout, certainly no more than 1 earned run for the performance levels that you're going to want from a 9,000 sort of price tag, but I certainly think Rodon is worth consideration today. If you fancy taking a risk, Vince Velasquez of Philadelphia for 8,200, he has been struggling. He is 0-4 with a 6.25 ERA in his last 7 starts. He's allowed 19 earned runs across his last 3 starts, but he does have a solid enough history in this yard, although it is a small sample size. His only start there this year, he pitched 6 shutout innings with 9 strikeouts against these New York Mets at Citi Field. The park is certainly a help. He has top-level strikeout production still with 137 in 119 innings. I think now that the price has dropped to around the 8,000 mark, it's worth taking a chance on Velasquez that he starts to turn it around to the levels of we saw him producing early in the season. And Ivan Nova of Pittsburgh for 8,000. He's been rejuvenated since being traded to Pittsburgh. He's gone 3-0 with a 3.20 ERA in his 4 starts for the Bucks. Comes into Milwaukee off of a complete game shutout against Houston. The strikeouts on offer are not elite. He has only 93 in 122 and 2/3. But that should face an uptick against Milwaukee, who, as we know, lead baseball in strikeouts. It's a very reasonable price at 8,000. While the park is not magnificent from a pitcher's perspective, I do think I'll probably be using Nova quite a lot at the price today. Stacks of the day today, I certainly think it's worth stacking some Phillies against the Mets starter. I'm going to butcher this name, Robert Zellman, I think, who has an ERA in AAA of approaching 6 in his starts at that level this year, so surely he's going to struggle at the big league level. I'll take outfielder Odubel Herrera for 4,600, who has the platoon. He's a 283 hitter with 13 homers and 19 steals this year. Third baseman Michael Franco for 4,000. He's hitting 251. He's gone long 22 times. First baseman Tommy Joseph is also 4,000. 252 hitter with 17 homers. He's hit 300 with 2 homers in the last 7. Shortstop Freddie Galvis for 3,600. The switch hitter's hitting 233 with 14 homers and 12 steals on the season. He hit a home run yesterday for his 3rd in 7 games. And second baseman Cesar Hernandez for 4,000. He's hitting 293 with 5 homers and 14 steals. He's hitting 320 with 2 homers in his last 7 games. Aaron Blair is back in the big leagues today. He has basically been an atrocity this year for Atlanta. With the Giants and their lefty-heavy lineup, it's probably going to be worth stacking there at AT&T despite the pitcher's yard. Shortstop Brandon Crawford for 4,400 has the platoon. He's a 274 hitter with 12 homers, 4 steals. He hit a home run yesterday. Outfielder Denard Span for 4,700. He has the platoon as well. 276 hitter, 8 homers, 12 steals. He's hit 321 with 2 homers in his last 7 games. First baseman Brandon Belt for 3,700 is also on the right side of the platoon, hitting 275 with 14 bombs on the year. Joe Panic at second for 4,700. He has the platoon, has hit a home run off of Blair, and is hitting 246 with 8 homers this season. And outfielder Angel Pagan for 4,400. The switch hit is hitting 293 with 9 homers and 13 steals this year. And the other stack I will be using today is the New York Yankees. Always risky to stack the Yanks. You never quite know what their bats are going to do, but they certainly have some hitters that are hitting at the moment. I will certainly, as I say, be stacking them against Kevin Gausman. He's got huge home road splits this year. His record on his travels is 0-9 with a 5.32 ERA. The Bronx is good for left-handed power. The Yankees boast plenty of that, and they have been hitting recently. I will take catcher Gary Sanchez for 4,400. He's hitting 400 with 11 homers in 14 games since his promotion. Outfielder Jacoby Ellsbury for 3,800 has the platoon. He's hitting 263 with 6 homers and 18 steals on the year, but he does have 2 homers in his last 7 games. Brett Gardner in the leadoff spot in the outfield for 3,700. He has a home run off of Gausman. He also has the platoon, 259, 7 homers and 13 steals this year. Shortstop Didi Gregorius for 3,300 is another with the platoon, 285, 17 home runs and 6 stolen bases. And outfielder Aaron Hicks for 3,000. The switch hitters hitting 218 with 7 homers and 2 stolen bases. Is hitting 327 with 3 homers in his last 15 games though. My foundation players today, I'm sticking with Joey Votto at first base of the Cincinnati Reds for 5,000. He has the platoon advantage and a home run against the struggling Archie Bradley. He's hitting 311 with 21 homers on the year. Over his last 15 games, he's hitting 451 with 3 home runs. Second baseman Daniel Murphy of the Washington Nationals for 5,400 gets the struggling Chad Bettis today. Reasonable hitting conditions in the nation's capital as well. He's hitting 346 with 25 homers this year. Danny Valencia, who qualifies at third and in the outfield for Oakland, is 4,400. He has the platoon. He's very good when he faces a lefty. He's hitting 298 with 15 homers this year. Shortstop Brad Miller of the Tampa Bay Rays for 4,300. He also has the platoon, 259, 25 homers. He's got 5 bombs in the last 15 games. And outfielder Charlie Blackmon of Colorado for 5,200. 318, 23 homers and 15 stolen bases on the year. He hit 2 home runs yesterday, and the rookie Giolito, as much as he might be a super prospect, has struggled for consistency at the big league level this year. My value plays today, my first baseman is Justin Smoke of the Toronto Blue Jays. He's 3,900. The switch hitter's hitting 227 with 14 homers. He's hitting at 444 average for the last 7 games, and he hit a home run yesterday. My second baseman is Javi Baez of the Chicago Cubs, who can be used at third as well. He's 3,900, hitting 271, 13 homers and 11 stolen bases. At third, I'll take Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros for 3,700, 242 with 5 homers, hitting 310 with 3 homers in the last 7. This one's there almost as you like, just in case Chris Archer does struggle on the road today. Shortstop Marcus Semien of the Oakland Athletics for 3,900. He has the platoon. He's also quite good against left-handed pitching, hitting 238 with 23 home runs on the year. In the outfield, I'll take Michael Saunders of the Toronto Blue Jays for 3,900. He has a home run off of Kyle Gibson, has the platoon in the matchup. He's hitting 266 with 21 home runs this year. That's what I've got for you today. Best of luck with your lineups. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. Hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.